Hello, folks. This is going to be a short one with just me. I've been teaching all day and all night, so I have to just squeeze this in between things. It's Tuesday, December 10, 2024, and I'm going to talk about the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, among other things. But first, there's a Chinese firm called Sichuan Silence that is a cybersecurity government contractor that provides products and services to China's intelligence services. And they offer these products: computer network exploitation, brute force password cracking, email monitoring, and public sentiment suppression, which sounds like an interesting euphemism for propaganda. Now, they found a zero-day SQL exploited, I don't know if they found it, a zero-day SQL injection vulnerability in Sophos XG firewalls. So in April of 2020, they deployed malware to approximately 81,000 firewalls owned by thousands of businesses worldwide. The purpose of the exploit was to use the compromised firewalls to steal data, including usernames and passwords, but they also tried to infect the systems with the Ragnarok ransomware, and 23,000 of those firewalls were in the United States, and 36 were protecting the networks of U.S. critical infrastructure companies. So the U.S. has declared sanctions on them, which means U.S. organizations and citizens are prohibited from engaging in transactions with this company. Any U.S.-based assets tied to them will be frozen, and U.S. financial institutions or foreign entities transacting with them will also expose themselves to penalties. So there's that. Um, the FTC, my alma mater, has distributed $72 million in Fortnite refunds from Epic Games because Epic Games used dark patterns, the same as the Trump campaign did for their campaign contributions, to trick people into making purchases they didn't intend to make. And so they're getting refunds for that, which sounds like a very good thing. The military has grounded their entire Osprey tilt rotor fleet because there's been several crashes. This is a Boeing aircraft, and its complex design and the stresses and strains of flight are causing parts to wear out more quickly than expected. They have grounded the whole fleet before. Boeing just seems to be messing everything up lately. Amazon is going to start selling cars next year. Hyundai's right away and more brands later. And what they do is they're just sort of a middleman here, like they are for a lot of the products they sell. You will shop on Amazon and then pick it up at a Hyundai dealership near you. But the big advantage is there's no negotiation, no browbeating, no trying to trick you into buying extra things, no changing the price on you the way the car dealers do. So it sounds good. Although I think there are already services like this. I hear ads for something called Cartopia or something like that. I think there are online car purchasing systems, and I think this is how you buy Teslas too, which is an advantage of them. I don't think you have a con man dealer trying to trick you into paying more money, which is the normal car buying experience. It seems to be left over from the people that used to sell horses. All right, and there's something called an $800 emotional support robot for kids that people have been buying, and now they have decided to just turn off the servers and give up and brick it. They say we had secured a lead investor who was prepared to close this round of funding, but they withdrew, so we have no viable options and we're just going to shut down. So I think it's Ron Wyden is trying to push through a bill saying that people who sell products dependent on cloud services should be forced to explain how long they're going to provide those cloud services so people know when they buy something if the company is just going to shut down and turn it off pretty soon. And Microsoft has now said you can upgrade your Windows 10 machine to Windows 11. For more than a year, they've been absolutely refusing to let people do that, saying everybody has to buy a new computer with new hardware for no apparent reason at all, because Windows 11 runs fine on the old hardware, and you can just exploit hacks to do it. Now they finally reversed course, and they will admit that you can upgrade your old Windows 10 machine to Windows 11, which is something I think nobody actually wants. Windows 11. It puts ads on your desktop and a bunch of AI features that seem worthless and in general just seems to be a downgrade like Vista, but they're going to quit supporting Windows 10. So people are being forced to get Windows 11 whether you like it or not. But Microsoft seems to have finally figured out that forcing you to take Windows 11 you don't want and also forcing you to buy a new computer for the privilege of having this worthless product that nobody wants is too much. So this is the Microsoft I know and love. They've done this many, many times. All right. So Google has, I had a student in my class yesterday that said, quantum computing is coming. I'm taking courses in it. And I said, well, I'm going to throw cold water on that. Here's where quantum computer is. Google had a processor with 105 qubits on it, but the qubits are real low quality and noisy. So by combining all 105 qubits to generate one composite qubit with error correction, they were able to make a system stay stable for an hour. So that's where we're at. And these quantum computers won't do anything important until there are thousands of high precision, reliable qubits. So, it's decades away before the hardware will actually be strong enough to do anything that matters, like crack an RSA 1024-bit key. The Chinese hacking of our telephone company is a story that's been going on since October, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. Now the U.S. has alleged that China hacked the calls of very senior political figures, which means President-elect Donald Trump and Biden administration officials, Trump's family and Biden officials, were among those targeted by these Chinese hackers. And they announced last week that they're still in control of the telephone company systems, and they don't even have any time estimate when they will have evicted them from the telephone systems. So this is really serious, and it's ongoing, and every week we seem to hear more and more bad things about it. And the last one, this is one of Trump's things he talked about doing when he got back in there. And now that he's appointed David Sachs to be his advisor for cryptocurrency, this may well happen. They want to take a portion of the United States gold reserve and turn it into Bitcoin. And there's a case for this, which I must say is not a very completely stupid case. You can argue that Bitcoin is a better store of value than gold because it can't be counterfeited and you can't go mine more of it. Nobody can manipulate the price in it, at least not by creating a bigger supply. The whales can do it by buying and selling. But anyway, people are arguing that the United States, if it had a strategic Bitcoin reserve, that might serve the same purpose as our gold reserve, and it might even make us more resilient against fluctuations in the price of gold. So perhaps we should diversify our national reserve. At first, I thought this is ridiculous because obviously the other side of it is it's just a scam. It's so people that are invested in cryptocurrency can get the U.S. Treasury to move into Bitcoin. That will push cryptocurrency prices up and make the people holding crypto richer. So there's that aspect, but it might not be stupid. I'm warming towards the idea. So anyway, they say it could strengthen the dollar and increase our economic leverage over China and Russia, and it could do that. It is actually, like I say, I'm warming to it a little bit. It's less than completely stupid, but there's an aspect in which it's also sort of a fraud and a scam. So we'll see what comes of it all. Anyway, that's it for this one, and I'll have another one on Friday.